3 days since I'm living in this quarantine all alone, and I have been doing all the things that I love and minding my own business. But today I thought, let's make this video a little bit more fun for me. So I thought I'll do a role play. Not the kind of role play that you're thinking of, but a role play wherein I'll be your teacher and I'll tell you the reasons why you should consider to learn sewing. Oh, this is just for the effect. Also, this is not going to be one of those classes wherein you learn something which you will never use in your life, or the class wherein teacher only looks at or supports the first benchers. Okay, so now you know why I'm wearing sari. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher, so I guess I'm making my childhood dreams come true by making this video. Let's talk about how to save money and have an amazing closet full of one-of-a-kind clothes. My first memory of sewing something was during my school times. Two things motivated me to learn sewing. The first one was because I was broke since I was in school, and the second thing was I was creative and I wanted to implement my creativity in something. In my childhood days, I was crafty and I used to do way too many things out of all the waste things lying around in the house, like bottle caps. I used to convert bottle caps into earrings. I used to paint, I used to draw, and then I thought, why not learn stitching? That's when I started upcycling my old clothes into new clothes by just adding ribbon to it, adding a button or something like that. And my mom thought, okay, she can learn sewing, and she made me join a class, like a 1-month class during my summer holidays. I guess that's one summer holidays which was the most productive holidays of my life. It was just a 1-month class wherein I used to go to a local tailor in our neighborhood, and she used to teach me the basics of sewing, and then I picked it up really well. That's when I started ripping my mom's sari to make it into a dress for me, and there was no stopping me from there. Even now, whenever I go home, I just pick up her sari and convert it into a dress. Back then, I didn't have access to YouTube. Yeah, I know, I sound like I was from another era, but it was the 90s and not everyone had the access to YouTube. But now, things have changed drastically. Thanks to technology, you can learn anything on YouTube. Not just sewing, literally anything. And that's how I upgraded my sewing skills, by watching YouTube videos or reading blogs, because classes only teach basics, or at least the class that I went taught me only basics. The only investment you need to make to learn sewing is a sewing machine. Actually, you can start by hand sewing few stuff, and once you feel like you like it, then you can buy sewing machine. That's what I did. I spent 8K for the sewing machine that I had. I have been using it for a long time, and trust me, I have stitched so many clothes from this sewing machine that I think I have gotten the return that I invested on the sewing machine. So yeah, it's worth it. Now let's get into the reasons. The first reason is altering your clothes. We all have a pile of clothes in our wardrobe that needs alterations, but we never get to it because we are too lazy or too busy to take it out to a tailor and get it altered. Trust me, even I have that pile, even though I know stitching. But if I decide to wear the cloth from my alteration pile tomorrow, I can alter it today. That's one advantage. If you know just basic skills of sewing, you can alter all your clothes and you will have a closet full of clothes which are wearable. Alterations can be done by just hand stitching as well. You don't even have to have a sewing machine as such. The second reason is custom fit. Hey you. Yes, you, the one sitting in the last bench. Can you tell me how often do you get clothes that fits you perfectly? No, right? Yeah, even I face the same problem. 60 to 70% of the times I don't get clothes that fit me, especially jeans. I'm 5'2", 5'3"-ish, and I have big ass. Not that I don't like it, thanks to Kim Kardashian for bringing big booty in trend, but it has its own cons. If I get jeans which fits me perfectly on my waist, it doesn't fit me on my hip, and if it fits both my waist and hips, then it is loose on the calf, and if all these fits perfectly, then the length is too much. I don't think I've got jeans till date which fits me perfectly, and then I end up chopping it from the bottom because I'm kind of short for the fashion standards. So I always make the clothes fit to my body by either shortening it or tightening it, or making certain alterations to it, because fashion industry follows standard sizing and that doesn't fit everyone. So basically, if you know sewing, then you can do all these alterations to fit your body perfectly. And if you are a pro at stitching, then you can stitch clothes for yourself which fits your body perfectly, because you'll be stitching clothes based on your body measurements. So that is the biggest advantage of learning how to stitch. Now let's talk about money, saving money and making money. So when you know stitching, you're not spending money on any alterations that your clothes need. And if you're a pro, then you will be stitching your own clothes. So basically, you're not buying any clothes from outside. And since I learned sewing, I don't think I bought much clothes. Most of the clothes that I own in my wardrobe are made by me, because it saves a lot of money. The amount of money that I'll be spending on fabric is way less than the amount of money that I'll be spending on buying an actual clothing. And who doesn't love to save money? And you can also make money if you know how to stitch. Once you know how to make clothes, you can start stitching clothes and you can start selling it to others, and that's how you can make money. I still remember when I was in high school, I did stitch clothes for kids, and I did earn money, and it was a big deal back then for me because I was making money on my own during high school. And if you become a pro at stitching clothes, then you can start your own business and make money. Now let's talk about another great reason that is one of its kind. In this generation of social media where people are literally posting their outfit pictures every now and then, and people want to look unique all the time. And how can you do it? By sewing your own clothes. When you know how to stitch clothes for yourself, you can be as creative as you want when it comes to fabric, when it comes to cuts, style, draping, and the embellishments that you want to do on your clothes. Basically, you will have the creativity to play around however you want, and the clothing that you made will be one of a kind. Who doesn't love to wear one of a kind clothes, right? And this also gives you a feel-good factor. Whenever you wear it and someone asks you, where did you buy it? You can proudly say, I made it. And that makes you more confident. We are almost done with the class. Another great reason, that is, did you know that fashion is the second largest polluter in the world after oil industry? Yeah, you heard it right. Excess fabrics and unsold inventory pile up every year and ends up in the landfill. Gone are those days when people used to wear the same clothing for a really long time. Fast fashion changed the fashion industry by providing, trendy clothes at a cheaper price very quickly. So people started buying more clothes and wore it for a short period of time and discarded it, which is really bad for the environment. I guess after the pandemic, things have changed a bit and people are supporting more thrift stores, sustainable fashion, and people have started wearing clothes for a longer time than before, I feel. But things should change more than what it is right now. So when you stitch your own clothes, you know the amount of effort that has gone into making the clothes, and since you made it, you will love it so much and you will wear it more often. And even when it gets old, you can always upcycle it by making little changes, which is what I do. If I get bored of the clothing that I made, then I make tiny changes in it, like adding a brooch, adding a different ribbon, or shortening it or lengthening it, basically upcycling it so that it looks new and you'll be excited to wear it again. That's all I had for this class. I hope it was helpful, and your homework is to stay safe and learn something, learn anything that you always wanted to learn, whether it's stitching, photography, painting, anything. Do your homework. Goodbye.